Welcome to Amberskies. It's Blades here, and yep, it's the first one of the week. Oh, look, we've got Windows 10. No, that's no good. We don't want Windows 10. I'm going to do some programming. What's this stream called? Simplified Shaders. All right. That's what the notes say. So let's simplify a shader. What the heck are you talking about, Blades? Shaders, yes. Oh, and welcome to my viewer. Hello there. Oh, yeah, good to see you, mate. So we're going to be doing shaders. Oh, gosh. Let's just get rid of this pad. Let's get rid of this pad. Let's get that pen. So, shaders. For OpenGL. Yeah. Yes, indeedy. What was the other one? Vulkan. Not OpenGL, but Vulkan. Can't remember what I learnt on that net right now, but yeah, shaders for OpenGL. I think we're going to use OpenGL. Or are we? We have two options. Well, two major options, should I say, at this point. We could use OpenGL, or, because I'm allowed to use Qt, we could use the Qt 3D system, which is interesting. I'm going to do shaders first, though, for OpenGL, because I haven't decided which I'm going to do. There's not really much to show you because shaders in OpenGL with Qt is pretty simple stuff. It's very basic, and all the work is going into learning about shaders and how they work, rather than Qt and how Qt works. So what we need to do is get a program up, I suppose, or a system up. Let's find one. I've got one here. Okay, I'll take the not-so-clone one. Alrighty, we'll take the top one. Yeah, shaders, aptly named originally, because they dealt with light. Now they deal with everything, really, 3D. So everything from the structure of the geometry through to compute shaders, which compute, basically. Mathematical add-ons, I think you would call them. A bit like a maths coprocessor used to be in the old days, pre-95, 1995. Yeah, a bit like the maths coprocessor stuff. I think that's the best way of putting that. Of course, we deal with, initially, vertex, which is position, shader, and the fragment shader, which determines whether a fragment should be shown or not, and usually does the lighting or colouring, depending on what kind of effect you're after. But it's usually the fragment shader that is your limiter, because a fragment shader has to run loads of times, where a simple vertex shader runs once per vertex. Once you get 3 vertexes, you've got a triangle, and every single pixel within that triangle is tagged as a fragment. Operations are taken upon it, and it is decided whether that fragment is going to be drawn or not. In which order those operations happen, well, that's up to your GPU, isn't it? Really? Okay. We're looking good here. So, I was talking about differences. So, Q OpenGL. Let's just pop up a new project a minute. I'll do a console. I don't think I need a widget one on this, but I do need widgets. That's interesting. I'm not bothered about... no, go on, we'll take the whole thing then. Choose. Let's see, what should we call it? Shade. I'll just call it shaders, I think. Yeah. Oh, I've already got a thing up there, haven't I? OGL shaders to remind me, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. QMake, yeah. Main window. Don't like the name of that. Call it shader. Shader display. Because I might write a small program in there to make sure the shaders, well, we can test it. That might be a good idea, actually. Generator form, yeah. Everything's okay there. Okay, next. Blah, 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 blah. Special all kits, blah, blah. No, okay. Next. No, I don't want anything there. Nah, finish. Okay. And there we go. Build and run. And there we have it. I just want to check what I did in there. Make sure it's got the correct, because I haven't been messing around with it or anything. I tend to mess around with things, so I always prefer to look. Okay. Trying to think of a simple way of doing this. We'll throw an OpenGL up. I think that's the best idea. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I see. We're messing around with this, were we? Okay, we'll make it a bit square. 400 by 300, I think. Let's try that. 400 by 300. I don't really want a massive square with nothingness. Simple as that, really. Pop you back over. The only thing you need for this is a display. OpenGL. That'll do. Centre it roughly. Bang. What have we got? That. There you go. That's our OpenGL test thingy. Alright, that's okay. That'll do it. That's all we need. Should put a button to exit, shouldn't I? Really? Can do, can't we? Input widgets, no. Layout spaces, buttons, push button. Yeah, we'll pop it across so it looks flashy, like that. And we'll put this as close. Can we set some colouring on this? Just for nothing to do type of thing. Palette, inherited, no. Change palette. Quick, because I'm being lazy. What does that look like? That looks like that. Right, I'm on the Q push button. I don't know. Always doing the wrong thing. Context. Window title. Autofill background. Don't know what that's for. It's a Boolean. Never looked that one up. Should have done, really, I suppose. Palette. I saw it then. Inherited. There we go. Change palette. Let's have a. That's a purple. Okay. Eesh. What does that look like? That look horrible. Okay. Does a bit. Well, that works anyway. Just want something dark. Dark purple. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I wonder why... Alright, status bar, remove. Menu bar, remove. And that's why it looked a bit weird. Okay, so we can put close there. Alright, it looks as though that's gridlocked. Yeah, well, it'll do. Give it a whirl. There we go. That's pretty. It seems to be about 10 or 22 wide. That's interesting. Try 290. I know what we could do, yeah. Do that. No, don't do that. Then I'd have to draw everything, wouldn't I? You see how it changed its sizing? Oh, right. 310. That might do it. Doesn't seem balanced. That's balanced. That's better. I'm happier with that. That's a little bit more balanced. Might be 20. I might have been right. Then again, it's supposed to be an odd number, isn't it? There we go. I think that's it. Right. Yep. That's better. That's balanced. It has to be an odd number, so you got a 1 pixel right down the centre. And even pixels to each side. Otherwise you can't centre it. Right, so close goes through to go to slot. Unclicked. Okay. And then it's just this. Close. And that's all we're going to do there. Alright, so sorted that lot out. That's fine, that does our display. Okay, now all we need to do is set up the OpenGL. What should we call that? I'll just call it OpenGL. Alright, so widgets will let us have it, won't it? It should do. Yeah, of course it will. Hash include open. Yeah, I think we've got it. It would be Q T open. Yeah, there it is. I'm not sure that's the one I want. Right, okay, that's fine then. It will probably be an object because it's like that. So we've got our window up and running. That was simple enough, wasn't it, eh? Now we have to have a look at OpenGL itself. So let's do that. Index, yeah, look for OpenGL. We got anything? Yeah. I'm thinking this. Don't care what you're saying about anything. I just want to get to the top and find out what you need. Qt plus GUI. That's all you need. Wow, this has changed. We've got it. I gotta change that. We'll go 17 on the config file and get the deprecation warnings. This is going to make me work hard. Oh dear. I should leave it to the 11, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think we will. Alright, let's just leave that alone. Alrighty. Sources. Add new. Class. Choose. Class name. GL. That's a good class name, isn't it? OGL. Ogle. Yeah, that'll do. OpenGL. Include a Q object. Base class. We'll go with Q object for now, because I'm not sure what class we'll want yet. Yeah, we'll have that. That's fine. That's okay. And let's see if we can do it. So, hash include Q brackets Q open. Here we go. Q open GL. I don't want functions. I want 3.3 core. OpenGL 3.3 core functionality. That'll do, mate. It has to be a widget, doesn't it? Does it? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What should it be? Let me just have a look at my notes. I've got notes up here somewhere. Header file. Header file for you. Alright, yeah. So I'll change you to Q open GL widget, because we've got a display thingy. So the Q object turns into the Q OpenGL widget. That inherits Q object by the way, so that is included in here. I know that as a fact. Thank God. So we'll paste that there, but I then want a comma, and I want to protect. So only this inherited class can use it. Q, well, what am I doing? Just copy it. It is slightly easier. That. So I want the functionalities from 3.3. And that's roughly how you do it in Qt. So there's... God, am I going to do a Q surface or not? No. We'll see if we get the errors first. I'm not using a 3D accelerator, what do you call them? Graphics card. There's no graphics card. I'm on a virtual machine. So there's no graphics card. So cross your fingers and hope. Do I expect it to work? No, not at all. Will it work? Yeah, of course it will. Because computers today can handle it. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? What do we need then? If I'm going to have that protected, I think we better set up its heading. Yeah, we'll set up its heading, which is in here. It's not QObject. No. OpenGL, done it for me, thank you. That's better. And that means I need to change QWidgets. Comes through a QWidget. It's a bit awful on inheritance, this. So that becomes a QWidget, which inherits the QObject. Alright, okay, why are you doing that? Right, got you. That works. Yeah. I am very happy with that. Are we going to do anything in there? Maybe. Maybe. But for now, shaders. Shader. What do we need? Let's set up some protected stuff in here. That's all public. Public slots, don't want those, I want protected. I do this in my usual way. This is how you do OpenGL, by the way, in Qt. If you don't already know. It's a very simplistic system. Basically, Qt sets it all up for you and says, hey, do you want to override it? And I say, yeah, okay. So, initialize, init, initialize. Why is it not coming up? Why is this not coming up? Save. I've missed something. Save. What have I missed? What's important to OpenGL? Nothing. Absolutely nothing should be important to it. So what we do is press F1. Qt plus widgets. Just give you a minute. We have Qt plus widgets. Okay. I'll put it there. We now definitely have Qt widgets, 100%. I'm not messing about with ifs, buts and maybes. I want it. Give it me now. Don't start messing me about. Asking me to use my brain to work it out. Anyway. Right, we've got Qt widgets. That's all we need, isn't it? Yeah. Initialize GL, resize GL, and paint GL. Those are the only ones we need. They are void, aren't they? Or virtual void. I want to do override, so I don't want them virtual. Okay. Initial lies GL. Oh, it comes up with it now. There's something weird going on. Okay. And that is an override. Void, whoops. Void, what's the next one? Paint GL, I suppose. Paint GL. All we're doing is, it's an override, yes or no. Is it resize, or how did he do it? Yeah, it's just resize GL, isn't it? I'm surprised it hasn't come up. If you're on Windows, it will. Definitely 100%. Non-virtual member. Spelled something wrong here. Yeah. Int width. Int height, I suppose, H. Are we high? Yeah, we're happy with this, yes. There we go. All the queries are gone. So that's what Qt gives you, but these are already in the system. Just refactor them over. So this comes under protected. And of course I marked them off as protected, as usual. Okay, that's alright then. Alrighty, we're looking good. Well, let's pop them in. You see, you don't really need much else. Except for what it gives you. Now, what I'm going to do is probably slightly different. What can we do for the not used thingies? Alright, I'm going to mark it as empty. No, it isn't. It's to do, isn't it? Add perspective calcs. Is it perspective calcs? It's window ratio calcs, isn't it? Display ratio. Display size ratio calcs. Add display size ratio calcs. That's it. To get rid of any errors or warnings, Q warning, resized to comma width column %d we can use. Yeah, this is printf, isn't it? It's not going to let me use it that way. Okay. I will just printf it. I don't care. And it still does that annoying thing. Why does it go out there? %d and HEI GHT column %d. Then we need just width and height. I'm actually using C to do this. I know that's probably bad. Do this properly. Width and height. I really don't like this editor, I've decided. But I'm going to use it. Yeah, we'll need a return carriage there. So, oh no, just one. Just one of them, please. Thank you. /n, just so it comes down the line. So yeah, that's just a printf statement. Printf, you can, I don't think it'll look it up on here. No, it won't. It's C. C language just prints out to the console. It's standard cout, which is what I should have really used from IOStream. Who knows? This is just a display, so that's okay. PaintGL will not do too much, I think, in this. All we're going to do is GL clear, and it's going to be GL color buffer bit. Thank you. That'll do. I don't really want anything else on that line. No, I'll leave that one. And here is the important one, which is just basically initialize OpenGL functions. Should create a context. Don't need to. I don't think make current will work. So that's really all we need, except for GL clear color. Okay. GL clear color. Let's have a normal one that I do. How's about quite a deep red or something? So it's R. It's a percentages, so it's so that's 20%. To keep it deep red, I'll drop this to 5%. The floats, so put an F at the end, please. If you don't, it'll turn into a double and everything get a bit messy. 1%. We'll put some blue in. And I want it 100% colour. So that's your alpha channel. 100%. You can see all of it. no see-throughness. You can 100% see this. That'll do our clear colour. I want also a check that we're working. OpenGL %, string s \n again. That'll do. Comma. Oh, it worked that time. Interesting. GL get string. Just couple down there. We just want the GL version. GL version, you tell me what it is, and I think that should do it. I've got too many brackets, okay. That's better. No. That's it. Yeah, that's now right, but that should be on a separate line there. Alright. So I've got the GL version. Anything else we might need? No. Okay. Alright, so if we run the program now, let's see if we can build. Get rid of any spelling mistakes I've done. We get what we expect to get. Purple and black. There we go. Did that UI not do what I asked it to? Okay. Save. Back. So yeah, we've got what we started with, which is that. Okay. Slightly modified so that these are slightly more evened out. With the close button that closes it. Application output is 0, which means we are clean, which is good. Now what we need to do is use this. Do I put an update in here? Don't know. I know it gets called once. Once is all I need. That'll be fine, as far as I'm concerned right now. So, UI. And it's the middle widget here, this OpenGL widget. I'm going to call this display, I suppose. Yeah. That can be called display, can't it? Capital or not? No, it's not capital. OGL. OpenGL. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is just promote it. I'm going to promote it to a Q OpenGL widget. Okay, yeah. Promoted class name. It's just OGL, wasn't it? Yeah. OGL. And that's it. Yep. Add promote. See if it works. Ah. I think I've named it wrong. Okay. OGL.h. Class OGL. select your OpenGL widget, correct. Program has unexpectedly finished. The process was ended forcefully. Oh. I've had this before. I think it might be because I haven't changed the surface. Ooh. Not really wanting to go into all of that right now. Can I not just initialize the correct functions and get away with it that way? Can I cheat? Dear. So it would be Q, OpenGL functions, call that. Is that not a thing? I can't initialize. Okay. Because I know this is the bit that's crashing. How do I know this is a bit that's crashing? Because we didn't get the printout, the printf here. It might be the printf that's crashing. Have any coffee? That's a thing. Clean all. Build. Rebuild all. Application output. Make sure everything's stopped. Yep, okay. Run. No. Okay, so we can get to that line. Which is what I thought. Step over. Step over. From the operating system. D1 core, F clear color. GL clear colors giving an error. What? Red, green, blue, alpha. GL float. Yeah. Why would that give? Ah, right. Ah, oh, I don't have a window, do I? Oh dear. Do I not have OpenGL at all? Oh well. This is going to be fun then. I'm not even getting... yeah. I am not initializing. Oh well. That's a better way of doing it, I think. Alright, sorry. If this is initialized, so not initialized, then printf unable to initialize OpenGL 3.3 core. I've been able to get 3.3 core working before now, but obviously maybe not. I put a full stop at the end. And then it's just exit. Exit 99 is mine. There we go. I just use exit 99 because it's a code that I use to remind myself that I've put something in that I need to take out or fix. Try that now. There you go. Exited with code 99. Fantastic. Unable to initialize OpenGL 3.3 core. You're a beaut. You're an absolute beaut. Which means I can put these back in. That's fine. Can we clear this stuff now? Right. So I've got a problem. Either I need to do OpenGL on a different computer, one with a graphics card, or we can do it on here. What am I using? VirtualBox? Okay. VirtualBox. What we got? Guest. I want guest. Have we got anything to do with OpenGL in here? I'm on 419 guest. So yeah, I've got that. That's what's loaded up at the moment. And you can tell that because it's got a little green thingy here. So virtualization for enterprise as well as home use. Yeah, okay. Guest ISO, utilities, no extensions, no X11. Wondering if it's in there. VirtualBox bat. Well, that's where xrandr is. That's the thing it doesn't like finding. Okay, I'll plug you in. What else can I have here? Linux 5s. No, I'm on 419. There's nothing here about... I think I'm on 419. I'm not. Yes, I am. 419. Okay. Alright, is there anything under 419? Except for that one. Is there no LTS on 419? That's interesting. Oh, heck. Okay. I see there's one as well. Host module, guest. Guest modules. And there's the latest. So install. Install. Click. Yes, please. Let's see what you do. Mm-hmm. Okay, didn't like... xrand x. Interesting. Okay. And that was on that bottom one. Do they all use it? Have I got a problem with this system? I think it might be that one there. Where are we? Okay, let's remove that one. We'll try again. Nope. It's in the first one. So it doesn't look as though I'm going to get away with any of this. Wait a minute, there's something else as well. There is something else that I've forgotten. No, it's none of these. Okay. I want something from the OpenGL people, don't I? There's your manual. It's not in here. Oh. Ah. I don't think I've got OpenGL. okay. I've got OpenCL. I don't seem to have OpenGL. Wow, that's amazing. No. What's OpenRAW? Raw files, okay. Right, I've definitely not got something here. So, general. I don't care about that. System. Memory's okay. Bloody bloody blah. PS2 ICH9. ICH9 chipset emulation is experimental and not recommended except for guest systems such as Mac OS X, which requires it. Okay. So. Cancel. Cancel. Doesn't matter, edit. Yeah, we better save all this lot out. I'll just close it, I don't care. I don't know where we are. Oh, there's debug still open. Whoops. Okay, that's alright. Let's try a different chipset. General. Display. I didn't know this was here. What display should it be? Blah 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 blah. Output audio video. Okay. Should be 1920 by 1080. That'll help it. Helps if it knows what window and mouse. Network extensions. Version. Oh. We might not have the correct extensions in. Okay. Here. Properties. Settings. Thank you. System. Okay. Yep, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay now. Let's try that. I have not tried to get any OpenGL up and working on this as yet. I know that if the OpenGL side of things doesn't work, then I've got problems that I'll have to solve. And I can get OpenGL running on these because I've done it before. I just got to remember how. Oh, remembering the things you used to remember how to do. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I might have to set the screen as well. Screen. Xrandr is still not coming through. Okay. Devices. Okay. Okay. That's good news. It means it's already there. Actually, wait. Whoa, 1 second before I do that. Let's just do a test run, because this might just finish my today's experiment with OpenGL. Okay. Current session, open project. OGL shaders, that one please. Thank you. Yeah, it's still coming out with the code 99. And I've got nothing on OpenGL in here. I know it's somewhere. What's that one? Oh, right. True types. Okay. What are we dealing with here? VirtualBox, isn't it? So, get me VirtualBox. Where are you? Where are you? Right, so what I'm going to do instead is fill in the rest of our time with a talk about the other alternative, which I can't show you either. If this one doesn't work, the other one doesn't work. So, if you go to your help and you look under contents and you look down your contents, you have Qt, OpenGL. And there's two of them. Oh, great. So the first one gives you, this module should not be used anymore for new code. Please use the corresponding OpenGL class in Qt GUI. The second one gives you exactly the same thing. Okay, Qt GUI. There we go. So, this is how OpenGL works in Qt. Basically, we have the buffers, we have the frame buffers, shader program, textures. We can debug OpenGL itself, time query things, which is useful if you want to find out if there's a hold up in your graphics, it's stuttering, you can time query. Vertex array object, VAO is what you use every time. It's like a menu in a cafe. You describe to your VAO exactly what you want. It records it like a macro. Just records the following functions and executes them, and you can draw call on it. Very, very simple. The OpenGL window example will show you exactly how to do it. I haven't used that, I've just thrown an OpenGL widget up as a window instead. That's the only difference. You can create a Q surface with an OpenGL surface, can be used in combination with QPainter and OpenGL Paint device to have OpenGL hardware accelerated 2D graphics by sacrificing some of the visual quality. That's a bit iffy to me. Why use OpenGL to do 2D graphics? Yeah, I can see there's a point to it, but you've got to be careful with that, because when you come to lettering actual words and printing and stuff, printing of words and anything onto the screen, your visual quality will deteriorate depending on the depth of your 2D or your 2D positioning or how you handle your 2D. A lot of factors. In order to provide better support for newer versions 3.0 and higher of OpenGL, a version function wrapper mechanism is... wait a minute. Something I didn't try, because I'm an idiot. Edit. Right, okay. Let's just try Q open GL functions itself. Okay. Instead of saying I want this. Now if I look in, that's why I took that, this, blah blah blah. What? Single argument D was not specified. Okay. I'll try that again. Const Q open GL functions private star D. What on earth is that? Got you. Nope. Q OpenGL. Yeah, okay, here we go. Found it. It's I, isn't it? Wait a minute, yes. I remember this. Alrighty, this tells me how to do it properly, I suppose. Ba-dum-dum. Right, okay. Okay, we'll do a Alright, let's try doing a context then. May as well do it properly. Queue open. I don't think it's going to work though. It should do. Really? Put private to the bottom, can't we? Queue open GL context and is it star? Yeah. Pointer to m_context. So that goes at the top. Right. I remember this. It goes in here. I knew I hadn't put empty there for a reason. m_context create and make current. Make current. Do I need anything in there? No, I don't. Take it as it is. Alrighty. That's that first bit that I hadn't done. Oh, right, got you. Whoops. Do I need it to do that? Can I do it actually in initialize? That should be default. Okay. This is actually going in there, yeah. Yeah, it is going in here. Thought it was. And it's m_context and it's make current, whoops, this. And then you can initialize. Make current this. Why can't you initialize that parameter? Oh, don't tell me this is out of date. It needs a Q surface. Have I got a Q surface in my notes anywhere? I have actually. because I prepared one. Got you. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a mess, but hey ho. Because theirs isn't very good, really. Set surface type create, and then it doesn't actually put the surface type inside it, it just puts this. This is all not linked properly. I don't like it. It's in the right order though. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's correct. That's okay for screens, it's not okay for widgets. Alrighty, let's see if I can get this right. First of all, we are going to need a format. Let's do this properly. I'm going to do this a long way now instead of the shorthand. Let's see if it works. So, what have we got to play with here? I am going to have... I'm just going to stick with Q OpenGL functions for now. What do I have in CPP at the moment? Doesn't this have a surface format though? Annoying. I could do it that way, but I don't like doing it that way. That's better. This is the way I've done it. And it says it works. Okay. I'm not doing that because I've already got it. Alright, so it does have this thing. We could try theirs. But without that top line. Because I don't know why they've got that top line at all. I don't like this. My God. What are they doing? Key surface format. Yeah. I'll agree with that. You see, you can... That really... No, I can't put it in main. I have to put it within the widget. It's got to be inside the widget. And then it goes on about the history of the damn thing. My GL widget. Oh god, I remember that. Yeah, well that's okay. Done current. Make current. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do here. Just simple. Yeah, okay. Connect context, queue OpenGL context, about to be destroyed, this, my GL clean. What? Oh, God. They do complicate things. That's how to delete it. Right. I've got a horrible feeling, because I'm on a virtual machine, I am going to have to set up a format. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. I know how to do this, don't I? Of course I do. We've got the context. So all we really need then is... I'm going to put that... No, I'm not going to alter it at the moment. Hash include. Decisions final, queue surface. I'll have a surface format, please, Bob. How am I going to use this? Alright. We're going to have a... surface format comes first, has to. So it's queue surface. And that will be a star, won't it? No. We don't need a star on that either. Oh, right, it's just telling me that I've got an error. Right, okay. M underscore format. We can hold these in memory. There's no massive difficulty with it, I don't think. Okay, let's go with that. No, I do have to go with the other one to make this work. I thought I did. I want the core format. Yeah. I don't want compatibility. Or should we take try compatibility format? No, core. Alright. I'm going to swap it and change my mind about this about 1 million times now, aren't I? Right, okay. I am now happy with that. Okay, let's see if I can get happy with this. So I don't need that because it's not new. And that's now a dot. Okay. And that is just the same, isn't it? Yeah. 1 second. Have I got... What are you doing, Open? Get away. Have I got... There's so many different ways of doing this. It's ridiculous in C++. Inherits. That's right. Majors and minors. Okay. So it's 3 and 3 points. Yeah. Okay. Equals 0. Yeah, you can specify. I see. Yeah. That's an interesting way of doing it. No, that's getting too complicated for me. I'll go with what I've got here. I don't want to get that complicated. Not for this. Alright, let's go with... variables. What variables have I got now? M format and M context. Okay, so that's M context, M format. Get up to 80% off this. Alright, okay. Don't want 80% off anything. I don't have any money. I don't need any. What should we have for the format? Set red buffer size. I'll do lots of these and see what happens just for a laugh. And I'll keep on doing that by accident. Format. What should we have? That's R. G. Yeah, okay. I'll have 8 bits there, please. I know what all of this is for. RGB. We'll pop you at 8. What else should we set? Oh, alpha, of course, yeah. Don't forget alpha. Otherwise we won't be able to make see-through things. Which sounds stupid. But it's correct. I know. What else can we have? Can have a depth buffer. I'll have a 32-bit depth buffer, please, not 64. Let's go format. We can set the version here to 3,3. So major and minor again. 3.3 OpenGL. Yeah, we can set it all from format, you see. As long as everything else agrees with it afterwards, then we're fine. There we go. Set format, version, profile. Gotta be. Whoa, no, that didn't work. That did. What should we have? Q. surface format. First one, and it's going to be core profile, that one. There we go. All the stuff you never knew this could do. So then what we have is this, set format. There it is. And the Q surface format is ampersand, so it's m_format. That's fine. m.createContext doesn't need to go there, I don't think. Right. Okay. That can come out. That's really all I want for that bit. So we can't complain now that we haven't got a surface. I can't make a context unless I know that we can. So let's try it here. Let's try making our context. And then just make it current. Like that. That would be my standard way of doing things. For a very simple setup. There's a lot of formatting going on here. It means I can mess about with these to see if I can get better results. Like say I've got things flickering in and out of each other. If I put the depth buffer up to 64, or it might help. If I'm getting very, very laggy because of it, I can go back to 32 and find a different solution. I can go down to 16, make things faster. Or should I say less depthly? I'm not sure what to say about that. Is this a correct program, first of all? And it says it is. Application-wise, I don't think it is. I think it's the virtual machine refusing to cooperate rather than anything else. Nope, it wasn't. There you go, OpenGL. Well, holy cow. Close needs to go across two things. How did I do that? RGB. Put that up to 99. And the little coloured square should go a different colour. We now have, whoops, forgotten what was on there now. What was that? Z. That's better. Backspace. 01 I think I had. Bit of a deep red. Yeah, that's a good colour. When developing OpenGL programs, put the background to a stupid colour. I use deeper reds, usually a bit deeper than this actually. Yeah, I think I'd even turn that down. Get that blooming close button sorted out, would you, Blades? So we sorted it out by formatting my screen. You might not have to put all that lot in yourself. Yep, it is off centre. You're quite right. Wow, I didn't notice that. There you go. So there you go. That's now an OpenGL screen. So shaders, the least part about today, really. We've now finally got to it after discussing, well, going through the OpenGL hoops, as I call them. I call them hoops because I have to do them every time. And every time on a different machine, I have to do it slightly differently. This will work for any machine. I don't know if you can have 64 in there, can you? I've got a 64-bit machine, or is OpenGL still only 32? I think it's still only 32, you know. It's accepted it. OpenGL 3.3 core profile Mesa 19241. Yeah, that's right. That's an easier way of doing it, actually. For me, if you don't put that lot in, then you have to put _3, _3, _core to get that there. You're probably thinking, hey, Blades, why are you using 3.3? Aren't we up to nearly 5, 6, 7 or 8 now? Depending on when you watch this video. 3.3 is the first one that allows me to explain shaders in a simplified way. There you go. That's why I'm using it. How do you write shader? Well, glad you asked. It goes something along the lines of OpenGL Shaders, right-click, New, Add New. And you look to GLSL, which stands for Graphics Library Shader Language. And you look here, OpenGL, and it says ES2. Well, that'll change, won't it, in the future? So I want a fragment shader, and we would like a vertex shader. So I'll do vertex first, because I always do. Choose. Let's name our vertex shader. This is Simplified. Simplified. Does it do everything else for me? Yes, I think it does. Next. Oh, it calls it VSH here. How interesting. I didn't know it gave it that. Okay. Fine. I don't really care. Come on, now I've given you a problem. There we go. It comes under other files. And it gives you this, which is interesting, to say the least. Yeah. I did say simplified, didn't I? Well, I meant it. Shall we change this into something that is of a better standard? Possibly a more readable quality. I'll type it in, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'll type it in. Now, I'm from the old school of shader programming, so what I'm about to do may not be the current in thing to do. And I say that because different people look at shader languages in different variations and different lights. I look at shaders from the original point of view of that they were shaders. They only did handle the lighting of a scene. So that's why they got the name shaders. But what they are nowadays are programs that run on separate GPUs, specialized GPUs, on your graphics card. So that you are now, as soon as you enter this area, you are programming your graphics card. Now your graphics card has backward compatibility. So if you are still on 4.5, in fact backwards compatibility probably they'll keep all the way up to 6, 7 or maybe even 8. I don't know. When backwards compatibility isn't allowed, then sorry, this won't be available anymore anyway. They'll have changed it in Qt as well. So you won't be using 3.3, you'll probably be using 4.5 or something. And this may or may not work. And I'll have to do another video. So, the first thing I always do is tell my graphics card which version we're using. And that's that. There you go. Does it not have a VSH editor? Does it not know GLSL in here? Oh, great. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I really ain't that bothered. Let's see. Let's make a really simple. I mean simple. I can't find a simple one. Where are all my shaders? Don't tell me I'm going to have to make one up off the back of my head. Okay. Ah, wait a minute. I think I found them. So we're doing the vertex shader, aren't we? Yeah, here we go. It's not big. Don't worry. You don't have to do much. What I do is I do this in the style of 330, which... Oh, stop it. Ow. This has probably already changed quite a lot by now, and you can probably miss out a lot of this and just put, like... it used to be very weird. Layout. That doesn't work. Why not? Because it's on... that's on my notes. Layout, I suppose. So we'll tell it that we're doing a layout, and I'll tell it that I want it to use location 0. Location equals 0. And I'll tell it, the graphics card, that it's a variable coming into the shader. It's going to be a vector 3. That's 3 floats. So vec3. And the name of the variable, we're going to call it position. And that will be, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Position. Dyslexia just hit. Sorry, my bad. I should control that better. So that's how I prefer to explain this, because this one line lets me explain shaders in a very, very simple way. What a shader does, it's a list of variable slots, and then it goes into C. So that's easy because we're using C++. We know how that kind of thing works. You do something like void main, a couple of brackets, and yeah, we're happy-go-lucky. And then it has a main where it starts. You can have functions, and there are there are pre-paired functions upon your graphics card. And I mean pre-paired as in they are hardwired. These functions are not code. This is how your graphics card works, type of thing. And they will all conform to a specific fashion of operation. They will have a set of inputs and a set of outputs for each of their functions, and we can access them using GLSL, which is the shader language, which luckily pairs up with OpenGL very nicely. And that's how it works. It's quite easy, really. For instance, the positions, I'm just going to hand them over for now. And I've put a vec3. So positions are a vec4, by the way. They are 4-dimensional. They do have a final value, a 4th one, which I'm not even going to mention. But it's there. Be aware. Something I don't cover in this part, shall we say. GL position, thank you for that. It's told me that I've got it. So we want a vec4 for it because it does take 4 inputs. So we'll take position, and we'll add the 4th position as 1.0f. Yeah, that'll do. That is a valid shader. Okay, that's it. I did say a simplified shader, didn't I? That's it, yeah. You've now written your first program, your Hello World program for a graphics card. There we go, let's save it. Let's get rid of it. What else do we need? We needed the other one, didn't we? Yeah, it's 2. These two go hand in hand. So, new please. Add new. Fragment shader, please. Choose. Always call it the same thing. Always. I always put capitals at the end. Yeah, I do as well. Yeah, simplified. Yeah, that'll do. Next. And it calls it FSH. Finish. It'll wear its little thingies around in a minute. Yep, then it comes up and it gives you again certain things in here. I'm not doing textures today, so that can go. So again, this is just being polite to your graphics card. I don't think it's actually needed anymore, but hey ho. We're using 3.30, OpenGL 3.30. I've got nothing to give you because I am doing a very, very simple thing. Trying to think what a nice colour would be. Well, we've got purple surround, so we'll use a blue colour. Yeah, deep, mid-range blue colour. So Vec4, blue is R. I'll have a little bit of R. No, I'm going to do something different. RG. So I'll have 80%. 0. I'll put it as 80 because then I know it's a percentage. Whereas 0.2 doesn't. So that's 20% red, 80% blue, 20% again. You don't have to put the zeros in, by the way. I'm just doing that because it's easy for me. And 100% non-see-through. You can experiment with that non-see-through bit yourself. But that's a valid fragment shader. There we go. That will show any graphics that you put through these positions in that colour. Okay? So what happens is we send the positions in, and as they make up triangles, they get passed through to here. They get given a colour, and an entry is entered in the depth buffer to see if they are shown or not. So if they are shown, they become a pixel. If they are not shown, they are discarded. That's why this isn't GL pixel colour. That's why it's a fragment colour. It's called a fragment until it passes the depth test. And if it passes the depth test, then it becomes a pixel. Simple. So that's your basics 101 on shaders and how to program them. These get a lot more complex, and the next two shaders that we write will be with textures. This is just a set colour. The next one will be with textures, and then we'll do colour with simple light, texture with simple light. Or that will be colour, Phong lighting, texture, Phong lighting. And you can keep adding different ones, and you can mix and match them quite happily. So, how are we going to use this for programming? I haven't got anywhere close to what I wanted to do today. Being held up with that. Never mind. So, how do we do programming for all of this? Well, yeah. We don't want a class. In fact, we don't need a class for this. This is how ridiculously easy Qt makes things. All we need is a simple CPP file. So, yeah, I know. Don't shout at me. But it's C++, you should always use classes. Why? Give me a damn good reason why. So add new, C++, Class? Nah. Source file. It's not a header file, it's a source file. Choose. And I'm going to call it shaders. So that's what this is all about, isn't it? I haven't got anything that this is going to conflict with, have I? No, I've been careful, haven't I, so far? So this is the actual bit, shaders. Programming. So all we're going to do is add CPP shaders. Finished. Right. So what we're going to need? Well, not a lot, really. We're going to need a shader. What do they come under? They come under... Let's set this up. There's so little to it, to be quite honest with you. We do have the shaders in the same file location, don't we? Yeah, we're just stacking it all up quite happily in here, ignoring the fact that we could have used like very handy directories to make our lives easier. Well, I've ignored all that as usual, being Blades. It makes the next part a bit harder, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. Don't need to add anything else. That's all we need. So this is a CPP file. Of course, you can have a hash included in a CPP file. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It'll be Q OpenGL shader. What's the difference? What does that one give me? Nothing. It just gives me Q OpenGL Shader program.h. Yeah, okay, I'll keep it then. I'll just call it Q OpenGL Shader. It just saves you writing shader program. Well, program on the end. Not sure I like that. I'm not sure why they've done that. But anyway, it's handy, I suppose. If that's the kind of thing you like. Namespace shaders. Yeah, that'll do. Get a namespace instead of a class or anything else. Just namespace it out so we don't get it conflicting with anything. Void, no. We want a Q open GL shader star create shader. We are going to have shader type type. There we go. No. There we go. That's better. Shader name. Which is an int. Enum shader name. And And what we called our first shader? We have called our first shader Simplified. Simplified equals 0, comma. Okay. And I'm going to write it here. Yeah. So at the end of this, we are going to need a program. So Q OpenGL Shader program. Okay, variables. What do I need? I don't know if I need to use a pointer here. Do I need to use a pointer here? Shall we create it and pass the pointer back, or do we create it and pass the whole thing back? Well, you can't because it's an int. No, don't need a pointer, I've just realised. The program gets created at the end of the day on the graphics card. So it's not going to be in our memory at all. So, yeah. This will be a handle to that program that we make. This will not be a pointer to the program, it will be a handle. And should be handled like that, I guess, really. It's that one. That's better. And it's local. And that will be, I'll just call it program. You've never seen me use an L before, have you? Right. How do we do this? Well, it all stems from the program itself. So let's just copy that. And to stop this silly error coming up, I'm just going to put return L program. Have I spelled program right? No, I've put an E on the end. Why have I put an E on the end? I don't know. Okay, copy. Right, the first thing we're going to do is create one. Let's create some space on our graphics card. That does everything for us. Done. Next, we are going to take L program. Just V it, yeah. Dot. We are going to add a shader from source file. As you can see, you can take them from various places. That's not a problem. It's going to be a Q OpenGL Shader of type, I think it's capital V for these, isn't it? Yeah, it is vertex. And it's going to be, I'm going to do this on separate lines. This is going to get a bit awkward otherwise. Comma. It's going to be open inverted commas. And it's going to be name. I just realised it's the name, isn't it? Oh, I've got that wrong. It's not an enum. I want string. Hmm. Yeah. String. Q string might help. Yeah, we can have Q string. Hash include Q string, just to make sure that we've got functionality. If we have it, we'll add it, but never mind. Q string. Shader. And it's going to be blah blah equals oh, I wish it wouldn't do that. Why does it keep bringing it back? Have I got something wrong here? Oh, yes, I have. Those square brackets, not curlies. Thank you. Okay, no previous extern declaration for non-static. Alright, yeah, okay. It's static. Don't you worry about that, mate. Okay, and that is just going to be simplified. What this does is it makes it easy for the user. That's all I'm doing it for. And you just add to the list as you go along. And here it becomes shader, open brackets, name, close brackets, plus, and in here we want the vertex shader, because that's what we're asking for, dot VSH, it's given us. That's your first one, obviously. So name, shader, number, yeah, works. Great. Don't worry if it doesn't work, it soon tells you. Does it tell you? So the next one is going to be not a vertex but a fragment. Fragment, like that. And that is FSH. There we go. That's it. Call to deleted constructor. Oh, God. Don't believe this. Single number hanging out in memory somewhere. Okay, fine, I don't care. And it's OpenGL. OpenGL Shader program. There you go. I can change it over. I don't care. I'll just put it as a pointer then, if you're going to complain about it being destroyed, which is absolutely correct, of course. So that's not a bad one. Then what we're going to do with our program is we're going to not do that. Link it. That's it. Yep, that's it. That's all we need. That will load up and create a simplified shader, the one that we've just written. Obviously, when we write more, we'll add to this file, but that's the only file we're going to need. Don't want that. Control S. Thank you. And it is that simple. You add your files and you link them. That sounds a bit weird. It basically, Qt just does absolutely everything for you. I'll just make sure I've got everything right actually with this. Yeah, that's it. So how do you use this? What you would do when you're setting up your program or setting up your storage, data access or storage of data, shaders you will probably load up onto the graphics card and change programs over mid-draw. So it's not necessary to use the same shader for every single object in the scene. As you're going to find out, we'll probably do a water shader. Now, you don't want to do a house using a water shader because a house might look a bit drippy if you do that. You might just like, a bit dodgy. So we're not going to be doing that kind of thing. Right. Now I've got my shaders. All I need to do is call it. So, create shader. And I don't like that. So I'm sorry. It doesn't look right. Oh, damn it, that hurts. Can't help it today as well. Ho hum, my hand hits the microphone once more. I think that's it, we're done. That's how you program. Yep, how do you use? As an example, we'll pop it into our ogle. And all I would do is... oh god. Up at the top here, the hash include. And it's... got to make sure I do it in the right order. Which one comes first? Now that's interesting, because it matters, funnily enough. Shaders .cpp. It doesn't like it. Yes, it does. Thank you. Yeah, that's legal. I don't believe it's legal, but it's legal. Most people would say use a header file. Right, do I use the shaders in this header file? No. It's its own header file. Okay. And did I inline it? I didn't. I could. That's interesting. Should I inline it? I haven't even put it as static. Let's see what happens. So at the end of here, we would just say, no, it does come before. I'm sure about that. Yeah. That's perfectly fine. I think I'm allowed to call it from here. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work in my mind at all. Okay. That's fine. Shaders. Rename. To shaders.h. There we go, it moves. Thank you. Which means I can now put it inside, but I can't. That's awkward. I really need this. Q open GL Shader program. And I haven't got it. So can I, if I include it here, it doesn't make sense. Okay. I'll put it in here then. And that will be start m underscore programs shader programs done it again. This doesn't look right. It's just a list of ints. I can do that there, yeah. Don't like it that way round. Don't like any of this any other way round. It's not fitting in because I'm slicing in a slice of... I'm going to have OGL CPP as well. What have we got into Pro? Shaders.h. Got to be very careful with this. How I slice that in. It's got to really go at the beginning of the CPP file here at the top. Has to go there because of the way I've set it up. So I also gave it a namespace, didn't I? Yeah. So it should be fine as a header. I think it's going to complain that that's not static. I'm not happy with it being a header file. This is my problem. I'm just not happy with the way that I've set that up. So I'm going to look at that actually. That's interesting because now I've got shaders, colon, create shader, and the name would be shaders, colon, which one is it? Is it shader name? Yeah. I don't think I need the shader name in. Will it come up here or not? Yeah. So you'd use it something like that. And the reason why I'm umming and ahhing about everything is because I now have this. Hanging around. Like that. And that's why I'm umming and ahhing. Yeah. No viable. Right here. No, it's just not going to work like that. It's just not going to work like that at all. Oh, they've made it slightly more complex than I'd like to, but only under the hood. Okay. That's how I've written it. I think I would have to write it differently. Because this should be initialized anyway up here. Be a comma. You'd have m underscore shader program becomes a null pointer. And that's okay. And here I would just put in probably a printf saying shader program, and it would be %d loaded and ready, comma, d star m underscore shader. Sorry, dereference shader program. You won't let me dereference the shader program. Oh, I hate you. And okay. Is it an int? What's wrong? Cannot initialize a variable of type int with a long value of blah 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 blah. Right, okay. What type are you now? You're right, there's a way of doing it. Add cache, add shader. Bind. Create. Yes, tessellation shaders if you want to have a look at those. Crimes. That's fun. Max geometry output vertices. Yeah, this is great fun. I want a getter. I can't read this. And we're now into overtime. I just realised. Yeah, I want to mess about this with some more. It's finished, by the way, the program. That's how you would use it. I'm messing around now. We're in overtime. Any questions coming through from the chat? No, that's good. That is excellent. That means everybody knows everything there is to know about shaders. I'm just messing around now. Just to print it out. It's doable, but in a different way. It's not doable doing it that way. And I should know better. But, yeah, then you... That's it. That's all there is to shaders. Yeah. I haven't even put it in a class. Should you put it in a class? No. Not really. In fact, I don't even think I would put it in here. I think I would put it more lightly in here. As a separate part of OGL. But I'm trying not to do that because I wanted to keep the OGL bit separate. So, that's it. That's your shaders. Is it valid? We haven't even tried compiling the shaders yet, have we? Unable to open file. Simplified. .vsh. Alright. SIMPLIFIED. ID.fsh and VSH. Why are they not there? Oh, you're in the debug, aren't you? I thought that I had fixed that. Oh, I hadn't. So again, this is another reason to test it out, because it doesn't always work the way you think it's going to. I'm just going to put it in there for now. Because I can. There you go. Just close that one, shall we? That might help. There you go. It's worked. Yep, that works. All I'd forgotten to do was go up one directory because the program is running in here. It's blah, blah, blah. There it is. That's your program there. So, yeah, I put them in here. Normally I put them in a resource file. And the resource file then should be in the debug folder. Or copied into the debug folder. Or you can do it a different way where it's a bit more clever and you go to your profile and you set your current working directory to the correct directory. There's always that. There's always that. Yeah, that all works. To display something, well, to show that it works even more, we would now have to go on to write some data and pass it through the shader. Not hard to do, I wouldn't have thought. Nah, I don't think it is. Wow, that is so simple. And it works. It's so ugly. I'm going to think about that. If it was C, I would put a H on it. C++, it's expecting something completely different, but it's not. It's getting... Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. It does treat H's differently. Because that will take it as an inline. And the function will be rewritten to here. The whole of that header file will get rewritten into this space. If I put it inside the OGL.h, the whole file will not be written anywhere. And then it has to go in line. Got you. Fine. That's why I put it there. But I think that to me is the antithesis of modern programming in C++. That's how C++ should work. And it doesn't. And Qt does. And to me that is a bit of a crying shame, but I wish C++ would catch up. It doesn't seem to be evolving. It just seems to be this static bunch of coding principles that is going nowhere, and every now and again they poke it with a stick and they might alter it a bit. But that's it. That's all that's happening. Some of the core principles of how it internally works is changing over the years. I think Qt is better. There you go. Especially if I can do something like that and get away with it. Yeah, well, it's not good programming, by the way, kids. Sorry, if you're learning, don't ever show that to your teacher. They'll go nuts, but it works. You should ask your teacher why it works. But. Yeah. It is one of those. Right, I'm going to tune myself off, as it was. So, what have we got coming up? Let's have a look, shall we? We have, yeah. Where's my main file gone? Oh, I haven't even started it properly. Never mind. Wednesday, today, obviously. To Friday, we have Amberskies Qt, which is this. We've already done 2 lots. 3 lots. Wow. So that's what we did last week and the week before. Let's see. So this week I'm doing a bit on shaders, as you can tell. I'll be writing another set of shaders after this, and showing the complexities and how you would then write them into the program and how your program complexity will grow. Saturday, we've got Blades vs Aliens. Scary stuff. Stop by for that for a bit of fun and a laugh. And on Sunday, as ever, I will be going sailing. Enjoy myself. And in the meantime, to all my viewers, thank you, take care, and above all, have fun.